Hi everyone, it's Christine here. Welcome to my channel. We are going to talk about the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio happening this Sunday, May 15th, or Monday, May 16th at 12:14 a.m., a little past midnight, New York Standard Time or New York time, just to give you a reference point. So wherever you are in the world, this may happen a little bit later or sooner. And I'm in Central Time Zone, so it's going to happen on Sunday at 11:14 p.m. for me, but so we all know that full moons illuminate, not just releasing things that we have to let go of and things to work on to heal. But because this is also a lunar eclipse, it just magnifies the power of the full moon energies, especially in the sign that it's in. And it's in the sign of Scorpio, which is a very intense, deep, emotional water sign. And so Scorpio related themes are going to be the focus here in terms of releasing and endings. And remember, because it's an eclipse, those energies are almost faded. It's almost like the universe is stepping in. With normal type of full moons, without the eclipse energies, I feel like we have a little bit more control in terms of what to release, what we want to let go of, setting those intentions, and boom, moving on. I feel with the eclipse, it's basically the eclipse, or I should say the universe is basically telling us, well, whatever you didn't clean out, release, end, or get rid of that you should have, I'm going to do it for you. So it's that type of heavy duty energy, almost like when you didn't clean your room and either stuff gets thrown away or whatever, that kind. And I feel for many of us, it's going to be a very emotional time. Some of you may already be feeling disturbances on your emotional, physical, mental, spiritual plane and your energies. Some of you may be feeling very fatigued at this moment, and especially with Mercury that has recently gone retrograde on the 10th of May, you may be feeling already discombobulated, emotional, wanting to push forward, just a bunch of energies that are not exactly in very positive aspects and positions. But we do have some elements, I think, that'll make this a very cathartic event. So in terms of what to release and themes coming up, like I said before, they're going to focus on Scorpio related themes of fears, obsessions, control, any other forms of insecurities we feel, especially emotionally, issues dealing with traumas, especially as it relates to early childhood. But also because we have Pluto in retrograde in Capricorn, it could also bring up issues dealing with ancestral and karmic patterns as well. So this is going to be, I'm already feeling it, and I'm already having trouble with Mercury, quite a release. And the moon itself, it'll be in Scorpio opposing the sun, which is in Taurus. So we're going to have not just the emotional aspects, the emotional release of Scorpio, but also the physical element, the physical security of Taurus. So we have two different types of security that may be coming up for you. So think about what are things that you need to release that you haven't. A lot of you know what it is. It's like what is it? Like an intuitive nudge, a feeling. What are some things you need to end or wrap up or complete or let go of? And what things maybe do you need to heal? What's coming up for you? Think of recent triggers, some themes that are coming up, fears. You're gonna know what it is. And I also wanted to point out to think back in November of 2021, because that's when the new moon in Scorpio occurred, and when we had the last eclipse energies relevant to this full moon, obviously in the same sign, 6 months later. Think about what happened then, what releases, what left your life, any major abrupt changes, shifts, breakthroughs, because some of those themes may be coming up for a sort of completion, illumination, healing. So we are going to dive in. I have 3 tips to offer you, 3 things to know about this new moon. And I intuitively felt these. Some of these, they just have been coming up in the past few days. So let's just dive into these. The first one, I'm writing down timestamps for you all, concerns feeling deeply, especially as it pertains to this emotional release. And this almost seems like a duh, Christine, like a duh moment, because many full moons entail emotional release. But this is not just in a water sign, but we're dealing with Scorpio, ruled by Pluto. And so it's very deep, really getting real with yourself, almost like a radical honesty, because whatever you haven't gotten real on or with, especially with yourself, it's coming up. And so some of this may be jarring. Some of you may be feeling anxieties at the moment, different feelings in your body. I'm just feeling like vibrations, different forms of like numbness of sorts, but it's not complete numbing. But there's different things that are coming up for you, and it's really important to feel those emotions, which is why I stated feel deeply, like tap into those feelings. It's going to be difficult for those that are not comfortable tapping into their emotions, that are not in tune. And I find that there are so many modalities and tools we can use at our disposal, and it's going to vary for each person, but something that can help you bring up those fears to the surface. Because for some, they have been long stuck in your body, and I'm referencing traumas too here, because this could concern, excuse me, recent events or traumas or events that occurred long ago. And yes, I just had like a momentary just brain fart. And so it's really important to tap into that and to feel it, because this lunar energy, it's going to be a radically cleansing event. So I recommend what helps me, because sometimes it's difficult as an air sign, sun and rising, but I'm a Virgo moon as well. It's difficult to tap into my emotions. I put on songs that I know will help conjure up emotions, and then I'm able to journal it out and get things out, especially if there are things that you could not express to someone else, or it's about an event that has passed. Take this time to really get clear and feel those feelings. I know it sucks. No one looks forward to on a Sunday or Monday, especially the start of a work week, tapping into this type of stuff and being like, okay, we're gonna go at it. But it's really important, because you're gonna help release this out of your body. Tip 2, rest, self-care, sleep. I put these all together, but primarily they stem from rest. And I know this seems very mundane. I know it seems trite. I know it seems like another duh moment, but it's easier said than done. And it's easy to say, okay, yeah, I'll rest, but you're busy doing other things. I'm talking about complete rest, because that is a form of self-love and of productivity in and of itself. Resting is part of that element. And this particular new moon, it's going to, I'm already feeling it energetically, spiritually, emotionally, physically, wipe you clean. Like, I'm just feeling like a wipeout. And it's, for some, you've already been feeling this lunar energy. I know for me, the past month, with so many of these different events, I've just been feeling a lot, having difficulty sleeping. And so it's really important to recharge. And we're not even talking about if you've experienced spiritual awakening recently or ascension symptoms, which vary from person to person, but this is just one layer of this all. So it's really important to take time to rest during this period, because it's going to impact you and you're going to feel it. And we have a lot of other planetary alignments, I'll say, and aspects as well, which I will not get into in this video, that can exacerbate our emotions, make us a little bit hot-headed, aggressive, maybe temperamental. So resting is one way to take care of yourself and just go inward, whether that's taking a nap, getting extra sleep, literally floating in a pool or a body of water, but taking some time to rest your mind, body, soul, however you define it. And third, oh, excuse me, before, there was one last thing in my notes. I also got something that I channeled here about a last string. I saw a thread, like a string, that was about to be burned out. Some of you are on the verge of burnout and you're feeling it. You're on the verge of complete imbalance, and that could precipitate a breakdown. So I wanted to note that too. You need to make space for things right now and release these things. Whatever is occupying your mind, your physical plane, your environment, release them. Okay, now to reason 3, finally, trust. And again, this also seems very common sense, but with this event happening in Scorpio, it's super important that we trust ourselves more so now than ever, because there's a knowing here. And this is something I channeled as well, because I'm also dealing with this. Just because I say these things doesn't mean like I got it down. I don't. I am with you all completely on this journey as well, and I'm learning a lot about releasing, surrendering. But Scorpio, anyone have major aspects in Scorpio, my Scorps, you probably know what I'm talking about. But I think all of us deal with elements of control where we're trying to, especially when we know we have to let go of something. And this is a time to practice that. It's not just trusting the universe. More importantly, it's trusting yourself. I channeled here that sometimes what you know does not equate to what you want, but it's your path forward. That's exactly the message I received. There's a lot of you out there that I am tapping into that know intuitively what you have to let go of, what you have to heal, what is going to end, and you're feeling it in different areas, and some of you are resisting it. And that's the thing. Many of you intuitively know. And so this is all about trusting yourself. Even if it doesn't feel right at the moment, you're like, no, this can't be happening. Trust yourself and trust that everything is going to work out. A mantra that has helped me in life and in so many different paths the last several years. It's been like a roller coaster type path. Is this too shall pass, and everything is working out for me. Those two. This too shall pass, and everything is working out for me. And it's not easy, but trusting in this particular moment in your life is the most important thing. Whatever decision you make, I feel like there's a lot of decisions wrapping up, because I'm getting like wrapping paper and things being thrown away. And so, yeah, very briefly, feel deeply and really tap into your emotions, release them, get them out of your body. I'm not saying just cry and then like a minute later you're done. Really, really feel what it is that's going to go, whatever you're feeling. Sometimes we don't know, but we feel it. 2, rest and self-care, amp it up. Super important. If anything, make sure that you're getting extra sleep or even rest, especially if you're dealing with insomnia. And 3, trust. Trust your knowing. I hope this video has helped. I am wishing you all a very strong time, because I know you have it in you. And I think it's important to realize we have more inner strength and resiliency in the capacity to rebound than we realize, no matter what's happening. With every ending, there is a new beginning, and this is a truly transformative time, a time of rebirth. And I am simply sending you all a hug out there. I would love it if you could like, share, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. I was going to say the bell button. And I will see you soon. Take care.